I'm here all the way from Jakarta to meet all of you. Why? Because I've spoken to a diverse group of people across the world, but not women engineers. So I was a little bit nervous. Because in school, I was an art student. I wasn't a science student. So you know the conflict between arts and science students? I was always on the edge because I used to think, "Ye itna padhai kyun karte? Zarurat kya hai padhne ki? Why? What for? What are we studying for?" And they were always in their books. And I used to wonder, what's their problem? Eventually, I realized I had the problem, not them. 35 years of my age, I finally started to appreciate sciences and engineering when I realized it has some meaning in life, They are the backbone of society, infrastructure, and humbled by the fact that they were doing the right thing. I was questioning the wrong thing. So I said, let me take this opportunity to come and meet you people right here and the people who have gone through that space. So thank you very much. A big round of applause for all of you there for doing. And I'm glad that I'm here because I'm going to be interacting with all of you. There's a bounce here. Can we just reduce the volume, please? I'm going to be interacting with all of you. I'm not just going to stand here. I'm going to walk down there. So make sure you all are awake. Okay, because I can come, I'm very bad. You saw me there, right? I'm very bad. I can come down there, I can wake up people, I can shake them up, and I can do all sorts of things. So be ready for anything that's happening in this room in the next 1 hour. So can I ask all of you to please stand up? All right, so let's start. Let's get the morning going. Okay, let's take up a little bit and let's shake ourselves up a little bit. Can we just sort of just not jump, but just maybe yeah. पीछे वाले नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो लोग करो पीछे सब सो रहे हैं. हाँ ऐसे दिखा के, हाँ ऐसे right, that's the way, right? So I'm going to teach you a power pose. Everywhere in the world this is used before a session, an interview, a stress situation. People do this. They go into the toilet and do this. So I did that in the toilet. I'm doing it all over again for all of us to do it now. But we're going to do one more thing. There's a power pose that a lot of people use before going into a session, and that is to get your hormones up, to start focusing on your get your mind and body together. So we're going to just sort of, just stand straight and put your hands at your back and just put it in the knuckles here. So just stretch yourself a little bit like this. And on the count of 3, I'm going to do this. Like you've seen a sprinter running at the finish line and he does yeah like this. Okay, so at the count of 3, we're all going to do yeah, okay? And you're going to turn around to people around you and say, this is going to be 2 awesome days, okay? So here we go. Okay, here we go. So you say 1, 2, and 3. Yay! Turn around and tell them this is going to be 2 awesome days. Right, so one more time. Now this time you're going to tell me this is going to be 2 awesome days, okay? So we go one more time. So we go stretch a little bit, okay? And on the count of 3, say 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 2 awesome days. Lovely. Thank you. Please sit. All right.
That was very interesting.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
You
I
did.
tried to do it.
You know I'm bad.
I did.
I can. Oh, you did it. So I believe you. Okay. Fine. All right. We live in times which is full of extreme possibility and extreme confusion. And as women, we are often led backwards. Thanks to the environments, the mindsets that we live in, which somehow tend to expect us to stay in the background. Play from the periphery, stay in those tangential roles, and say it's okay. And the difficult part about this is that a lot of people over the world have started to believe over centuries that this is okay. This is not okay. This is not okay, right? On the other hand, we are now faced and pushed forward with possibilities, our own ability to access any possibility in the world, because we live in times of open communications, of knowledge capital. Anybody who can make it happen can make it happen. And now there's this tug of war happening over there. So here women are seeing that it's possible for them to do something, but there is a mindset sitting on the side which confuses them and tells them no, maybe not, and they do not know how to navigate through it. So we're going to go behind the scenes of success. We've all heard Karma Yoga over here, and karma is something that we live and believe in from the times that we've even breathed our lives, So we know for a fact that there's something sitting over there that we're not fully aware of. It's available for all of us. So I'm going to share that with you today. Okay, how do we navigate through this space? successfully by staying on the side of possibility and disallowing this confusion, this mindset, this environment not to interfere with what we are trying to do or what we want to do with our lives, our work, and the way we can contribute to the world. We cannot reduce ourselves just because we are women. We cannot be living less just because we are women. We cannot be doing less just because, somebody over there says, no, it's not nice. My neighbor says, no, it's not the nice thing to do. Okay, let's forget about it. No. Are you happy with that situation? I think everybody in this room can relate to what I'm saying. Are you happy with just staying in the background and saying, okay, it's all right. Jitna chal raha hai, chalne do. Chalta hai. Nahi na? Zor se batao nahi. Nahi. Itni aaram se nahi. Zor se. Right. So we don't like this, right? But we don't do anything about it because, not because we don't want to, but we don't know how to. And I'm going to teach you that how to today. When I stand here today, I do not even remember how many ceilings I've broken. It's been too many. The opposition that I've faced, I don't know. I've been rejected more times than I've been accepted. But I still stand here before all of you, and there's something that I've done right. Something that I've done on the way, and that is that I've developed a skill through learning from masters, learning from people across the world, learning success strategies, learning and doing things out there, and going and putting myself on the edge to be able to see whether it is possible or not. And that is what I bring to you over here today, because when I stand here as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as an international speaker, as an author, I'm also a published poet, I am a theater actor, I am a mom, my husband says I'm a good wife, I believe him, so it's like, and now being standing out there as a thought leader or as a thought innovator, something has happened on the way which has been good. And I want that to happen to all of you. I want that to happen to all of you in this room, all 350 people sitting over here. I want that to happen to all of you. And I'm not saying this to boast, because I want to just let you know, there is a methodology of the mind. There is a thought process that anybody can acquire to be able to see possibility, to be staying on this side of the fence and not allow this side of what is going on in the environment to interfere with us or stop us from doing what we desire to do or what we think of doing or what we want to do in our lives, business, work, or in our purposes in life. Fair? You want to know that? Okay. Two things. You have a notepad in front of you. Just write these two things. Two things we got to remember very well, and that is self-efficacy. Everybody in the world who is doing anything at all of worth believes in self-efficacy. So I'm going to give the dictionary meaning of this word. Dictionary meaning of this word is your own ability your own belief in your ability to be able to conduct yourself in a manner which is successful for you, to conduct tasks and things to do that you know that you will be successful in doing them. So you have faith in your own ability. That is called self-efficacy. Everybody in this room, I believe, is capable of doing that, but they don't know how to do it properly. Probably they're already doing it. I think more than 350 potential dynamos sitting in this room. How many of you feel that way? That's it? Okay, I'll ask the question one more time. 350 potential dynamos. पीछे वाले सब सो क्यों रहे? अरे उठो, हाथ थोड़ा उठा के खड़ा करने का ना, ठीक है, बात करते हैं यहाँ से. 350, yes, I can see over there. 350 potential dynamos sitting in the room with this ability. How many of you feel this way today? And if you don't, you would after the session is over. So just be careful. I mean, be very, very attentive in this 1 hour. What we're going to do over here is now going to be fun. Okay? So let me take you to this word, self-efficacy. And the second word is community. Anybody, again, I repeat, anybody who's doing anything in the world understands what is their capability and understands also how to navigate themselves in the outside world. And we're going to learn that right now. Okay? We watch movies over here. How many of us watch movies? Very nice. I like that. इस पे ज़्यादा हाथ खड़े हो ना. तुम्बिन देखी थी सबने? We saw Tumbin, the first Tumbin. There's a sequel of Tumbin coming now, right? No, the first Tumbin and Ravan. Seen both the movies? Seen both the movies? So Tumbin and Ravan have been made by somebody in my family. So I've seen those movies being made, starting from scratch, from zero. One of them succeeded very well, one of them failed miserably. One was a low budget movie with new actors, with terrific music and extremely successful. One was a 150 crore movie with Shah Rukh Khan with extremely good music but failed. I want to take you behind the scenes of that. Okay? And why I'm saying, because this is done by somebody in my family, so I was sitting there watching when the movie actually happened. So we'll take this metaphor of movies, which is our lives are as good as movies. Our life work, if we take that metaphor for ourselves, is a very powerful metaphor. And I'll tell you why. Because as the director or the maker of the movie, it just starts from an idea. Small idea somewhere. And then the filmmaker has to his disposal, her disposal, plenty of resources to get that idea to the audience. So starting from an idea, to making up characters, to making up a story, to making up situations, to making up the music, to using the lights, to using the voice, to using the blink, to use the tears, to use the colors, to use everything is used to convey that idea to the audience. I'll tell you how Tumbin happened. 4 people who were part of the Tumbin team were standing at a tea stall in Andheri West and drinking tea and smoking away. And one guy out of them said, what happens, you know, if this fiancée is talking to her, one girl is talking to her fiancé, the girl is in India and the boy is abroad and they're talking on the phone planning their marriage, and this guy gets hit by a car and dies on the spot, but the call is still on and a third person comes in and picks up the phone. He wants to tell this girl that something has happened, something wrong has happened, but when he listens to what she's saying, he stops. He cannot tell her that this boy has died. So he comes all the way back to India to tell her that. This is where Tumbin started. At a tea stall at an Andheri road and a corner over a cup of cutting chai with 4 people who were smoking away over there. Okay? Ravan happened in a similar way. Idea of this superpowered father doing things for his son. But what happened? The resources that were used by the filmmaker in one movie in a certain way were not used by the same filmmaker in the next movie, probably in the same way. And we could see anybody, we go to the movies, within 15 minutes we can tell if it's a good or a bad movie. We don't go behind the scenes to what has happened. Our life is like that. We are an idea. We are a film. We are people who keep thinking of things all the time, of thinking of doing things, but we have so many resources available to us, we do not know how to use them. We do not even know what those resources are. Do you want to know what those resources are? We are carrying them right now. We have them here, right here. Okay? So if I were to ask you a question, that if your life was a film, if you were an idea, if what you're doing is a film, is it an award-winning story? Is it an award-winning film? Will it make people look up and say, wow, that is great? Or will it not? Have you built up something inside it which you yourself look back and be proud of one day? Can you look into that and say you're doing it, you're using whatever you have at the moment available to you, you're doing that very well and the resources are being used, whatever you have as of now, what you know of? How many of us think that we are doing it already? Yeah, so there's 20% of the room which is doing it already, but 80% of the room still has not raised the hand. But the resources that we have are very powerful, very empowering, and we are going to use those resources today, right now. For the next 2 days, you should use those resources to make sure that you make the best of this conference as well. Okay? So, again, ask yourself a question. If I were a movie, if I were an idea, if I were the film, am I an award-winning film? Am I something that am I doing something that people are going to say, wow? Is it something that I'm proud of? Is it something that I am going to sit on and say, whoa, this is something called an achievement? I have grown doing this. If that is not happening, just sit back, relax. It's not no point beating yourself up, but just pick the resources up and go start doing it right away. Okay? So one more time, I'm going to send you back to your notebook. Because one first thing that we got to remember, and can I put it on the board here? Do we have, आप इसको cover कर रहे? 4 things that we all need to accept There is no question about it. We are not discussing it. We are not arguing over it. We are not having a way of thinking my perspective, yours. Please accept this as existing. It exists in us. It exists in everybody else. It exists in every situation. We got to accept it and take it with us everywhere. Because most of the struggle is because of these 4 things. Okay? So the first thing, you got to make a note of that, because I'm not doing a PowerPoint. I get bored with PowerPoints, my own PowerPoints. So I want you to write down what I'm telling you just now. First point, and the first point is that nothing ever thrives or survives in its original form. And you can use this anywhere in life, not people, not things, not ideas, not opinions, not my thought, not your thought, not the thought of the person sitting next to me. It keeps evolving, but we keep fighting this thought and say, my God, this is what I thought and look what has happened. But nothing ever thrives or survives in its original form. We got to stop beating ourselves up for it. It doesn't work that way. This is a point of acceptance. Please accept it. Nothing in the original. Okay? That's one. Got it? Very powerful. 90% tension is gone. 90% जो सर का खटका है ना वो खत्म है. अगर ये पता चल जाए और इसको हमको समझ में आ जाए कि ओरिजिनली जो चीज़ें होती हैं, जहाँ से हम शुरू करते हैं वहाँ पे कभी उस तरह से ख़त्म नहीं होता है जैसा हम सोचते हैं. हमेशा वो इवॉल्व करता है, लेकिन हम वहीं अटके रहते हैं कि नहीं, मैंने तो ऐसा सोचा था, मैंने तो ऐसा कहा था, उसने तो ऐसा कहा था, उसने मुझे ये बताया था, उसने कल ये कहा था, क्यों नहीं अपनी बात पूरी नहीं हुई. लेकिन ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है. एंड इफ वी स्टार्ट एक्सेप्टिंग दैट फैक्ट, इट्स गोइंग टू बी ईजियर फॉर अस. ओके. Number two, success never travels in a straight line. Okay? So if I were to go from point A to B, and if I was standing in this zone of possibility, A to B would be right here. But we are navigating through a lot of spaces. Therefore, A to B is not as simple as A to B as it sounds. We go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. But people, again, struggle with this fact. My God, you know, they give it up on the way. A lot of people will just give up on the way. इसने बोला, उसने बोला, अब क्या हुआ, फेल हो गए, अब नहीं होगा, पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं होगा, पता नहीं मुझसे होगा कि नहीं होगा, पता नहीं पूरा होगा कि नहीं होगा, पता नहीं करूं कि नहीं करूं, चलो जाने देते हैं. You are just close to B. You just have to know that it's not a straight line. It is a mesh, and it never travels in a straight line. This is a point of acceptance. No straight lines as when it comes to success. ओके, एक्सेप्टेड. कि अभी सवाल उठ रहे हैं किसी के दिमाग? इसमें सवाल नहीं उठाना. ये चीज़ें सब उन लोगों से आई हैं, ये हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स से आई हैं. आई एम टॉकिंग फ्रॉम द कर्म योग थिंग. ये हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स हैं. व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इज नॉट फ्रॉम अ बुक. इट्स फ्रॉम भगवद गीता. ओके, आई कैन गिव यू द श्लोक्स, बट आई थिंक वी डोंट हैव टाइम फॉर इट जस्ट नाउ. सो जस्ट टेक इट, गो बैक विद इट. तो ये हुई 2 बातें. तीसरी बात, right action is the only key to any success and achievement. Right action. We are all acting all the time. We are all busy. हम लोग कितने बिजी रहते हैं सारे टाइम. हर रोज अभी हम बैठे हैं, दैट इज एक्शन. हम सुन रहे हैं, दैट इज एक्शन. जो यहाँ क्राउड में नहीं सुन रहे हैं वो भी एक्शन है. जो सो रहे हैं वो भी एक्शन है. और जो नहीं सो रहे हैं वो भी एक्शन. ठीक है, एक्शन. वी आर टेकिंग एक्शन all the time, but we are doing it so unconsciously we don't understand what is right action. Okay? Now what is right action? तीसरी बात हुई, right action is the key. चौथी बात, what is it? What is this right action? I can keep talking from here, but if you don't understand what right action is, it can mean nothing. It confuses people even more. So what is the right action? Right action, from a simple definition of what we're going to talk ahead from here, is the combination of a variation of resources that works best for you in a given situation is the right action. I cannot tell you what right action is based on a theory. There is no theory. You have your capabilities, you have your abilities, you have your mind, you have your thoughts, you have your resources. Now it's your job to go out like the movie maker and figure how to use the resources that are available to you. And that is the right action in any given circumstance. Okay? Clear? बहुत आसान है, एक बार समझ में आ जाए तो. You have to pick up your resources and put together a variation that works best for you towards a certain goal. So 4 things here. First, बोलो बोलो बोलो, सोने नहीं दूंगी मैं किसी को. Nothing ever thrives or survives in its original form. Success never travels in a straight line. Right action is the key to success and all achievement. And what is right action? Right action is a combination of the resources that we can put together, the best variation that works for us in a given situation. Go back to the movie maker, go back to Tumbin, go back to Ravan, and realize that the movie maker had the same resources that he had in the small budget movie. He had probably better funded resources in a big budget movie. But he did not bring together a variation that worked for that film, right? He had actors, he had sound, he had music, he had money, he had locations, he had the best kind of things that could happen to him, but he did well in one and did not do well in, and the only difference was he could not put together the resources in the best variation that would be useful towards the aim. So one movie bombed, the other movie was a super hit. We are seeing the second sequel of the same movie now. Right? So this is acceptance phase. We accept it humbly that this is how things happen. Okay? Any questions so far? सब अच्छे से समझ में आ गया. Very nice. Thank you. I like. Okay. Second phase. So we are going to do a 4-4-4 thing. Okay? This is the first 4 that you got to remember. Acceptance phase. This exists. These success strategies exist. This is out of the Bhagavad Gita. This is Karma Yoga. We got to remember these things as they exist. We do not question them because there's something about nature that is happening over which me and you cannot question. I cannot question the moon, I cannot question the sun, I cannot question the way they move, and therefore I need to flow with that. Can I use that resource for my good? Probably yes, if I understand how. Okay? Now let's move to the next part. You know, why I'm talking about this just now, because I want to address your minds over here, your beliefs, your thinking. Because this whole success thing is a stress for people. Isn't it a positive word? Is it not supposed to be a positive word? Is it not supposed to excite you? कितने लोग excite होते सुन के कि मैं successful हूँ या नहीं हूँ या मुझे successful होना है? Excite होते हैं ना? लेकिन जब करते वक्त चलते हो तो जिसको पूछो ना वो लगता है me. Everybody goes through that, right? So I want to, you know, this is this whole far away thing that success is so far away. I want to bring it closer for you. Because today when you go back, probably you'll be faced with the same challenges that you face every day, but you will also be carrying with you a very powerful toolkit that you can now face the challenges and solve them in a way that works best for you towards your goals. Okay? I'm going to tell you another story. This one is a very interesting one. You remember the movie story? Don't forget that. You know, that's a very nice, very powerful metaphor for us to remember. And अभी ये दोनों पिक्चर हम लोग ने इतने पैसा 400-400 रुपए खर्च करके देखी थी. रावण में तो हमने 600 रुपए खर्चे थे और इतनी बकवास पिक्चर थी कि पूछे. ठीक है, 600 रुपए का नुकसान हुआ, साथ में इतने 3 घंटे 2.5 घंटे बैठना पड़ा क्योंकि फैमिली की थी. बैठना पड़ा, बोलना पड़ा, ये अच्छा था, ये थोड़ा अच्छा नहीं था, ये थोड़ा फीडबैक था. हॉरिबल मूवी. ओके, हॉरिबल. सो जो हमने जो पैसे खर्चे, हमारा जो वैल्यू है, हम लोग को उसको कैसे एक्सट्रैक्ट करना है वो हमको सीखना है. ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू टेक यू बैक टू 1982. I was in school, I was 14 or 15 years old, and I was in my basketball team. I'm too short to be in a basketball team, so I was always in the extras. I used to play very well, but I would sit over there, always. You know, watching. So this is one match, inter-school match is going on in Delhi. And this is the final match. Okay, so imagine like this is the court, basketball court, 200 people around there. Just visualize, it's fun, you know, it's 200 people cheering for their teams, and 5 minutes left to the match to finish. 5 minutes, and it's 30 all. Just one basket. That's not good. Don't whistle at me. Switch that off. Okay, one basket, 30 all, and I'm in the extras. I mean, you know, it's like, you're like, I wish, okay, and I think God heard me that day. Our key team player, because I wasn't tall enough, that's why I was not in the team, so I was the filler. I would step up every time something went wrong. So this is just 5 minutes left to the game. My job was basically to, just if at all, if I got called in, I would be just dribbling the ball around, let the other players play. And as luck would have it, the key player fell down. Yeah. She fell down, she hurt herself, and she was called out of court. And suddenly and I'm like, oh, God heard my prayer. Oh, what to do now? But anyway, but your thought is that, okay, this is just 5 minutes left. And the key players are playing. You're supposed to, just go around and be that filler up and run around. And 5 minutes, 30 all, just one basket. So I'm like this, and as luck would again have it, the ball goes out of the court. And it goes off in front of me, so I get to throw the ball. And again, the same thought process which you've been taught. Pass the ball to your team, let them take it to the thing, and etc., etc. So I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the whole court, and I see everybody is covered. It's very difficult. I'm just checking on each person. Can I throw this to her? I can't throw this to anybody. And this is 3 minutes left, because 2 minutes I did this dribbling. Right? 3 minutes left, 30 all, one basket, and everybody is saying, pass the ball, pass the ball. I'm looking and I can't see who to pass the ball to, because it's not looking possible. And suddenly I stand there and think, what else can I do here? I can't see passing the ball as an option over here. We just need one basket. We have 3 minutes to go. If, we'll all play, because nobody will let anybody touch the ball. So we'll go into the penalty shootout, which everybody is good at. One ball miss, we lose the game. So what is left to me is that we got to make that basket. Now you can imagine, you can see how tall I am. And I'm standing at the center line. This is about 45 feet diagonal. I can see the basket over there. It's pretty far. It looks extremely difficult, not just difficult, impossible. But I say, okay, let me take a chance. If it goes in there, we win. If it doesn't, the ball anyway comes back to the court, and we have 3 minutes to play. We'll go into the penalty shootout. Let me try. So I turn around here at a 45-degree angle, and I start looking over there. By this time, the girls have already realized something is going on. She's not passing the ball. She's going against the rules. What the hell is going on? And say, you idiot, you mad woman, this is not possible. Stop! Give the ball, pass the ball. And I'm calculating over here. Okay, this is 45. If I have to throw from here, you understand kinetic potential energy, so this is going to be 60 feet. And and my coach is talking to me, wow, what's wrong with you? Pass the ball. And between me and the coach, because when we are playing, we don't talk. We're not supposed to talk. So we just say this to the coach. Watch what's happening. So I'm standing here, the whole court is jumping around, girls are shouting from here, pass the ball, pass the ball. I'm looking over there, and I'm positioning myself to make that basket, and the coach says, pass the ball, and I tell him, watch it, just watch what's going on. And he'd known me for a long time, so he says, we don't talk during the match, okay? And suddenly I see all this shouting just subsides. Everything silences. From the side of my eye, I can still see these girls jumping. Stop. And I position myself, I lean forward, and I do this, and I throw, and I shoot. And guess what happened?
Basket.
Whoa. After that, I do not remember what happened, because I was taken to for a victory lap across the school on some people's shoulders. I don't know what. I became the star that day of school. So that incident changed my life, and I stand here because of that today. And that's why I shared this with you, because these kind of things happen every day, but we do not look at what's happening over there for us to go and take those chances. Very clearly, when we reach a point in life where we start looking for things like success and achievement and growth, we have already accepted our circumstance as normal. Okay? It's normal. Success, chance मिलेगा अच्छा तो करेंगे, नहीं तो चलने दो. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Our first two resources are circumstances and chance. And I want you to note this down. Every circumstance can be altered if we are able to build in a chance into that. Can I repeat that one more time? Every circumstance can be altered if we are able to build into it a chance towards our goal. So in this basketball story, the circumstance was very poor, dismal, impossible. Chances, 0. But just at the spur of the moment, I saw that there was the only possibility if we were to win, and that was the aim that showed me that chance. I didn't see it. I'm not intelligent enough. But you have an aim, you can logically think clearly what you must do in a given situation. We allow this circumstance thing to take over more than half our lives until we realize we can change the circumstance. And how do we change the circumstance? By building chances into it. You build a chance into a circumstance. So our first 2 resources are circumstance and chance. Okay? अभी हम लोग ने कभी ऐसे नहीं सोचा है. जब भी circumstances की बात होती है, I come from this kind of background, I don't have these kind of resources, I have this kind of thing, I have this kind of look, this is not for me, that is not what I studied, this is not my stream, this is not what my parents told me, this is not what my neighbors think is right, this is not what my head thinks is right. So therefore, I am okay with the circumstance. You may be okay, it's up to you, it's a choice that you're making. However, every circumstance can be altered, every. And it happens from here. Okay? So first 2 resources are chance and circumstance. Okay? Now take you to the third resource. Now this is what we have here right now. We have it with us right now. Do you think we need to go somewhere else to get it, to the mall, to get a circumstance? No, it happens every day. To create chances, do we need to go to a different city? No. We create it ourselves every moment. So these are the resources that have never been shown to us. We haven't even learned that a circumstance can be a resource. We always think circumstance is a situation which we need to deal with. It is never thought of as a resource. So when you think of it as a resource, you can probably go back into your own life and see, where was it? Could I have done something different? Could I have taken more chances? Could I have gone out and done something else? होता है ना? आ रहा है सोच में कुछ किसी के आ रहा है कि पहले कभी कुछ ऐसा सर्कमस्टेंस था, शायद कुछ अलग करते तो शायद कुछ और हो सकता था. होता है ना, ऐसा सोच के आता है ना बाद में. तो ये हमको बाद में नहीं सोचना है, ये हमको अभी हर वक्त करते वक्त सोचना है कि कैन आई ऑल्टर दिस सर्कमस्टेंस बाय क्रिएटिंग अ चांस इनटू इट. ऑटोमेटिकली ऑल्टर्स, राइट? देयर इज नो वे इट वोंट. थर्ड रिसोर्स. यहाँ पे किसका अभी नया बॉयफ्रेंड है? किसी का है? Anybody has a new courting somebody, new relationship, new boyfriend, new girlfriend? Anybody who would like to be nice enough to share with us? You have? Can I come to you? No, you are great. I want to come to you. Anybody who's engaged over here? Anybody who's just got engaged? Can we have a mic for her, please? आपका नाम क्या है?
Deepika.
Sorry?
Deepika.
Deepika, you've just got into a relationship?
I mean, I am
Talking to some, you like somebody?
Yeah.
No, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. People should like each other, right? You like somebody and it's going on just now. You're looking forward to a relationship with this person?
Marriage, actually.
Marriage? Okay, so you're considering marriage?
Yeah.
But if something goes wrong in the middle, right, you're still just sort of quoting and still talking and still trying to figure things, would you have a choice to move on from here?
Yeah.
हो गया अभी हो गया मतलब अभी शादी हो चुकी है दिमाग में.
No, I mean, yes, we planned.
No, that is okay. My question is कि अगर ऐसा होता है कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो, नहीं समझ में आए कोई चीज, तो आप क्या करोगे?
I mean, we have to move on.
You have to move on. So you have a choice there?
I mean, yeah, I have a choice.
You have a choice.
I can be a depressed person and Devdas kind of person.
वो देवदास बाद में करेंगे. अभी हम लोग थोड़ा अपने रिसोर्स के बारे में बात करते
Yeah, I
हैं.
mean,
ठीक
I
है?
have to move.
You still have a choice?
Yeah.
You still have a choice, right? You do. इतना नहीं आप सिर्फ वो बंदे के बारे में मत सोचिए अभी। आप बिल्कुल काइनेस्थेटिक थिंकिंग में जा रही है, उनकी शक्ल देख रही है कि ऐसा कुछ हो गया तो मैं क्या करूंगी। नहीं नहीं, मैं सिर्फ एक फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, अगर कुछ होता है तो क्या मेरे पास चॉइस है? डू वी हैव अ चॉइस टू मूव ऑन? वी स्टिल डू?
Yes.
You do?
move on.
Great. So anybody engaged in the room who's already engaged and waiting for marriage? कोई भी नहीं है, चलो कोई है यहाँ पे? Oh, there's somebody. Thank you, Deepika. Thank you. I'll come back to you again. Okay, please get a mic there. What's your name? एक mic इनको दीजिए please. Who's recently engaged? Are you? Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Shalvika.
Shalvika. How long did you court with this person?
2.5. So we've known each other for 9 years.
All right.
Yeah, but
9 years.
courtship was like 2.5 years.
Okay.
Like
So
we've been dating
you
for 2.5
finally
years.
made the decision of, moving on with this person,
Yeah.
right? And my question, the same question that I asked Deepika there. So I asked Shalvika. Deepika and Shalvika are sounding similar, so I hope the answers are also something there. If something goes wrong, do you have a choice to move on?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. You have a choice?
Yes.
Right?
Of course.
And how many of us are married over here? Choices khatam hai. Choices khatam hai. Okay? So, what I was trying to tell you was that when we are still in the process, our choices are open. Life is like a cafeteria line. You go to a food court, how many choices do we have? With each restaurant, we have another 50 choices. Okay? Then you will go there, you go into one joint and say, okay, I want to have KFC today, I will have a wrap today, the chicken wrap, I will do it with extra cheese, and then you pay for it. After that, you wait for the order to happen. Unless you change your mind, you run back to the counter and say, no, I don't want it. If they have already done the order, they are not going to change it. They're not going to give the money back to you, right? ठीक है ना? Life is like a cafeteria line. You choose, pay, and eat. So she still has the choice. But the moment the ring goes up, the choices reduce. And the D-Day, the choices will come to an end. You will have to live with the choices that you've made. Now this is, I'm just saying it as a joke. It's not, I'm not saying it in a negative sense. But we relate to this. That's why I'm using this example. Right? उसके बाद कितना difficult होता है back off करना? अभी देखिए वो back off नहीं कर पा रहे थे. जैसे मैंने उनसे पूछा कुछ problem होता है तो क्या करेंगे? वो she was like, she doesn't want to even think about it. Right? It's so difficult for the mind to make a choice the other way around once we've chosen this. Right? Now you're already into that space where you have made that choice, you're moving forward with this. Very difficult to back off, right? Once you move to the third step, which is marriage, very, very difficult to back off. Right? So we choose, pay, and eat. You pay the price for everything. Every choice that you make, you live with that for the rest of your life. It affects you in every way possible. So we don't use this factor. This is the most underutilized resource that we have. We talk so much about empowerment. We all have choices. We all have freedom. We all have this and that. But are we using our choices well? Are we really putting our head onto those choices and seeing that once we make a choice, we always have to pay the price? And once we pay the price, we got to live with the consequences. And this is your life, this is my life. Do not let this faculty of choice, this resource go away just so easily. Hold on to it. So we've got circumstance, we've got chance, and we've got choice. And the fourth resource, and how do we put all this together, is by bringing in the action part that is the right action. मैंने पहले भी कहा कि हम लोग हर वक्त इतने busy रहते हैं. सब लोग बहुत busy हैं. We're all very busy. We're all acting all the time. Everything is something or the other is going on all the time, right? It's not a time that we are not doing anything. अगर physically नहीं कर रहे तो यहाँ से चल रहा होगा, यहाँ से नहीं चल रहा होगा तो किसी और का चल रहा होगा, किसी और का नहीं चल रहा होगा तो किसी रिश्तेदार का चल रहा होगा. Busy बहुत हैं हम लोग. And you know what? This is our loss. If we are not using our actions towards what we want to achieve in our lives, We are wasting the biggest resource that we have, and that is the faculty of conscious action. We suffer from unconscious action. We are a victim of unconscious action. Why am I emphasizing on this? Because we all know action is a nice thing to do. We all talk about action all the time. But how to take that right action? What does it really do for us? My action now is the feed for the next moment of my life. I got to watch what I'm doing. I got to consciously become aware that my action now should not be taking me backwards. It should be taking me forwards. Are we doing that? Most people do not think about it. Okay? Anybody over here, जो अभी जैसे अब मैं बात कर रही हूँ, आपको कोई ऐसी चीज़ याद आ रही है जिसमें आपको लगता हो कि हाँ, I wish I would have done it differently. मैंने वहाँ पे या तो एक्शन अलग किया होता या शायद एक्शन लिया होता. Anybody? Because you'll know what I'm saying. It's very, everybody goes through this. But we don't think of it consciously. कहीं पे जो कॉन्शियस एक्शन लिया था, पता था कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या चाहिए और उससे क्या रिजल्ट आया, और कोई ऐसा जिसमें ये पता हो कि हमने नहीं किया ठीक से. हम अगर सोचते, हम अगर अपने गोल्स के बारे में सोचते तो we would have done it differently. Anybody? Okay. So if we have no feedback over there on action, so we need to start thinking that action is one of the key resources that we have. We need to know what we are doing. We do not know what we are doing in terms of our actions. So I'm going to take you back now to the first 4 things that we understood. We accepted. No, it's my fault. I did this. The mic went up to my mouth. So, not their fault. First 4 things, the principles from Bhagavad Gita we need to accept, that nothing ever thrives, survives in its original form. This is the play field that we are in. It happens to you, it happens to me, it happens to her, it happens to him, it happens to everybody. If we do not accept it, we are wasting time. Don't waste time. Too precious, it's just one lifetime. Don't waste time, okay? Nothing thrives, survives in its original form. Success never travels in a straight line. Never, never, never. फ्लूक लग सकता है, लक हो सकता है, कहीं से तुक्का लग सकता है, but normal course में it doesn't happen that way. Third, right action is the key to all growth and achievement. And we need to start understanding what action and right action means. And right action is putting together the variation of your resources in such a manner that it takes you towards your aim, not away from it. क्लियर है अभी तक? बहुत सिंपल है एक्चुअली. मुझे लग रहा है मैं क्यों बता रही हूँ, सबको पता होना चाहिए, बट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हम लोग के आपको पता है प्रवचन इतना क्यों चलता है? सुबह से शाम तक वी हैव गॉट हाउ मेनी चैनल्स ऑफ प्रवचन ओवर हियर. मेरा सर दर्द होता है क्योंकि मेरी मदर जो है ना, कितना प्रवचन सुनती हैं, इतना प्रवचन सुनती हैं और फिर करती उसमें से एक भी नहीं है. She starts off the TV at 4 in the morning. My mom, for people who are pravachan, is these, this religious and, what are they called? Discourses early in the morning, we have them over here, like spiritual talk. And my mom is very fond of them. She wakes up 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning to catch her favorite Swami, and she listens to him and she's all gaga over him. And after an hour, she's heard that she's woken up the whole house. Everybody is pissed off, and then she doesn't follow a thing of what she hears. And I say, why do you listen to that? Why do you listen to all this when you don't have to do it? She says, you don't understand. You don't know what's going on inside me. You know where it is. You do not know where it is going. It's about me. I said, oh, got it, Mom. Do it, go on. So we've done the first 4, the next 4. We've done the success principles, the play field that we are playing in. We've done the 4 resources. Now, how do you put it together? How do you put it together? कैसे पता चलेगा कि हम लोग कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, ठीक हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? How do we know that it's happening? So we need each one of you over here. How many of you have got, again, one more time, 350 potential dynamos sitting in this room? Say yes. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Yes.
Hold on. Oh, we got to do it one more time. Okay. Rebecca, how many of us are here today? 330, okay, I'm sorry, 350 was my exaggerated number. 330, we've got 330 potential dynamo. Okay, abhi mere saath follow karo. Potential dynamos sitting in this room, say yes. Yes. We've got to know the play field, we've got to know the resources that we are living with. We carry them now, right now when I'm sitting here and talking to, when you're sitting here and talking to me. For this, we need not go out anywhere. It works inside of you. But we got to start seeing these things as resources rather than things that we need to just deal with because I am belonging to a different state. I come from a smaller town. I do not have the right kind of looks. I don't have the right kind of hair. Just because I did not get that opportunity, because that chance did happen. Let it go. It's our job to figure our resources and create a variation that works for us, that takes us towards our aim, towards our goal. We cannot go backwards. Do not go backwards. Okay, how do we know we can do this? We got to have, all 330 of us are going to create a personal strategy just now. I'm going to take you back to your notebooks. Okay, personal strategy, हर एक की अपनी होगी, because आपकी capacity आपकी है, आपकी ability आपकी है, आपका थॉट आपका है, आपका सर्कमस्टेंस आपका है, चांसेस आप लोगे, आपके टैलेंट्स आपके हैं, आपके गिफ्ट्स आपके हैं, आपको कोई नहीं बता सकता है. डू नॉट लुक एट एनीबडी एल्स फॉर हेल्प ओवर हियर. दिस इज योर जॉब. You create that personal strategy. You know your resources now. It's your job to see it is happening. So I'm going to give you again 4 tools over here, 4 strategies that work very well. And we picked it up from various places, because you know what my job is. I told you I've developed a skill over the years to draw some fancy connections. I call it crazy networking of situations and thoughts. It's crazy, you know, because I come up with all kind of nonsense and then I make it work. I turn it into action strategies and I test it myself. I take it to my clients. We got massive results like that. I've coached Olympians. Our shooter Sanjeev Rajput was in the London Olympics 2012. He's coaching with us. Okay, so we used to teach him all kinds of fancy stuff. So I'm teaching you all that fancy stuff today. So I put all these things together. I dig these ideas, dig this wisdom, and put it together as ideas, and then, you know, turn it around into something that works for us. So these are the 4 strategies I've picked up from all over the world, and I bring it to you on the table here. The first one, okay, put a note of that. It's called the AI. Okay, it's so simple to remember. Can we remember AI? थोड़ा जोर से. एक बार बोलेंगे, ठीक है? 1, 2, 3. AI, so simple, right? What is AI? We have some NLP people here in the room, I guess. We had somebody yesterday, right? Doing NLP? Yeah? Yeah, so this is from NLP, that AI, when we are talking, we are looking at our resources. Let us see what we can add. The first A is addition. The I is implementation. Let's add, let's implement. Let's add, let's implement, let's add, let's implement, and then let us assess. The next A is assess what happened. And the I is improvement. Can we gauge it? Can we measure it? So the AI is for addition, implementation, assessment, and improvement. You can just, I mean, this is so simple, you carry it in your pocket here. I added something to my speech just now. I implemented it. By the time I'm walking up here, I could assess the audience reaction, and then I knew whether it worked or did not work. That simple. Okay? It's that simple. So we can do that with everything we do. When we move with a conscious action thing, we know that we can make an addition over here. This is how I'm going to implement it. In a minute, you can assess if it works, if it doesn't work. If it works and it causes an improvement, good. Right? So AI is what we carry with us all the time. How many of us are in the corporate environment over here? We've heard of hedge strategies. We create hedge strategies in the banking sector and financial sector and so on and so forth to safeguard ourselves from the bad things, right? The bad things happening. So we create hedge strategies for ourselves. What doesn't work? Because some things will not work. Please throw it away. Do not waste time calling up your friends and telling her, oh my God, you know what happened? I am so confused, I am so feeling so bad. No. Hedge strategy, hedge. Block it. Doesn't work, throw it. Throw it. No need to carry it with you. No need to sit and beat yourself about it. Just go through a system. create a system in your head, create a thinking process in your head, create that methodology in your mind so that you can see what is working, what is not working. Create a head strategy. What doesn't work, throw it out. Leave it. Okay? We are going to another strategy where you'll get time to introspect and reflect on it. But if it doesn't work, you don't need to carry it with you. Then we do, by this AI, we know what has improved. Create an expansion strategy over it. What works? Make it bigger. If it works in your home, take it to your office. Works in your office, bring it to your community. Works in your community, take it to your network. Works in your network, take it to some other place. But keep expanding what works, because that's how we grow. So we have an AI. We have a head strategy for what doesn't work, throw it away. We have an expansion strategy for what works, keep it. And keep doing more of it. Right? And the third thing is that you've got to master something called tri-sight. This is again from the Bhagavad Gita. There's a thing called tri-sight, and it is foresight, insight, and hindsight. I'm going to take you back to the movie one more time. You start with an idea, and you have the foresight of it going to a certain place to convey a certain idea, either about the film or the character or the journey of the character becoming something over the film, right? Likewise, if you are an idea and you were to have foresight about what you want to do, you've got to put your aims and goals together to go forward. But you don't sit with them all the time. You know what they are. Then there is insight, which is this moment. What can I do now? That brings us to our 4 resources. The circumstance, chance, choices, and right action. What can I do now about these 4 things? And then hindsight, where we say we've created a head strategy, but when we sit on a weekend or over a period of 2-3 months, we just go back and say, okay, where did I make a mistake? Can I make an improvement? Can I change it? Can I do something about it? Right? So we've got now four things going for us, right? What are the first 4? Okay, first 4. Okay, अब मैं नीचे आ रहा हूँ. हो गया, मैं थक गई. First 4, कौन बोलेगा? Mike. अच्छा मुझे दे दे, like, let me be the on है? हाँ जी, first 4. Let me see who I can catch hold of. I see a raised hand over there. I am coming to you, darling. Just a second. हाँ जी, first 4. आपने हाथ उठाया? उधर भी. किसने उठाया? नहीं, go on. We'll go there. Yeah. First 4.
Nothing things are unoriginal.
Right.
Then success.
Louder. आवाज निकाल के. अभी मेरे साथ ना रूम में आवाज थोड़ा जोर से निकालना.
ठीक है. Success is not a straight line. Then right action need to take.
Right.
Then 4th one is a resource.
No.
Combinations.
No. Right action. पहला वाला क्या था कि we are nothing thrives or survives in its original form. Success doesn't travel in a straight line. Right action is the key to all success and achievement, and right action is a combination of a variation of the resources that we are carrying with us, which takes us towards our goal. No problem. हो जाएगा, घर जाके ठीक से करना. मुझे तो रटा हुआ है, 10 साल से यही बोलते आ रहा हूँ आपको. हाँ, चलो आ जाइए. हाँ, next 4. What are the resources that we talked about? I need you to stand up. Yeah. No problem. Not sorry, because I can't. He's taking a picture. Photo opportunity. Come on. Bolo.
The resources are the chances that we have to change the circumstances around us.
Okay.
And the choices that we have, and the right action that we take to change those.
Super. So she knows it already, right? So it's the circumstances, chances, choices, and the action that we take upon it, right? This is 4 plus 4. Okay. Next 4. Who's giving the next 4? All right. Yes, ma'am. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Sita.
Sorry, I didn't ask the names of those ladies there. I'm so sorry. आपका नाम क्या है? Yeah. Sorry? Denise. Lenny. So, okay, the lady you talked about, the second 4 is Lenny, and your name? Sapna. So Sapna was the first lady, and we are now speaking with
Sita.
Sita, yes.
Yeah, the first one is circumstance. Second one is taking a chance. Third one is choice.
Right.
Fourth one is faculty of conscious action.
Right. Very nice. So this is she's also added her bit over there as a faculty of conscious action. Great. So thank you very much. This is for Sita, and the last four that I just talked about. How do you create a personal strategy? कौन बोलेगा? आ जाइए. Your name first. Sugandha. So we are speaking with Sugandha Yadav. Okay, Sugandha.
The first one is addition, and then we implement and assess that what happened, whatever we implemented.
Right.
And then the improvement, what should.
That is the first strategy. That is the first strategy. What is strategy 2? What is strategy 2?
It's a head strategy.
And what does that mean?
So we actually access that whether the things what we are doing is working. If it's not, then we let it go.
Chuck it.
Yeah.
Say chuck it.
Chuck it.
Zor se. Chuck
Chuck
it.
it.
Chuck it. If it's not working, chuck it. What's 3?
Expansion.
Exactly. Here you are. What's your name?
Sucheta.
Sucheta, yes.
The third strategy is expansion. What works well in our personal lives, expand it to your professional life. What works there, expand it to your community.
Right, because you know what happens, because what works for you in one area, because this is about you also, it's not just about what's happening outside. What works for you in one area is likely to work in another area as well. Don't give it up. Just go and test it somewhere else. By the time you've done it at least 4 to 5 times, you would have already conditioned your mind to start seeing things in a different way, in a successful way. So what that does to us is that it allows us to think in a manner which works in the best possible way towards our goals, right? And what is the last one?
The tri-side,
Right.
the foresight, insight, and the hindsight.
Reflection, okay? Always, because these are things we don't even have to carry a notebook for, right? It's so simple. We all know it. And you know, let me tell all of you, all of this is not from any book other than Bhagavad Gita. We've just turned it into something in English so that we all can act smart. So basically, it's all from the Bhagavad Gita. It's been there in all the pravachans that my mom listens to every morning, but I put it into action rather than being like my mom, just listening and telling everybody to, Lily, apna mic le le. Ek minute. Acha, theek. So this is what it is, right? Are we clear on the 4 plus 4 plus 4? Easy? Easy breezy? But chuck the stuff that doesn't work. Don't waste time on the stuff that doesn't work, okay? So we have now gone into that space where we understood self-efficacy. What does it really mean for us? And we put it in simple words so that we can just pick it up and use it at any point of time without going through this whole process of, you know, will I or will I not be able to do it? Can you guys do this? Okay, फिर से जाते हैं ऊपर. Can you guys do this? Yes. Is it simple? Is it easy to understand? Is it existing around us? Do we know that we have it in us now? Do we know that it is around us all the time? Do we now know that it is within us and then all we have to do is start thinking differently from here? That we've now put things into perspective in a way that we can see that there is a possibility sitting for me right here? Right here, okay? कर सकते हैं? एक बार फिर से पूछे कर सकते हैं? एक बार फिर से पूछे कर सकते हैं? एक बार फिर से पूछे कर सकते हैं? क्या हम हाथ उठा के कर सकते हैं? Thank you. Thank you. Now we've looked inside ourselves, and this is the self-efficacy part that I spoke about earlier. 2 words that you noted earlier in the beginning, self-efficacy and community. Now, if I were to ask you, आप लोग इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मुझे प्लस और मल्टीप्लिकेशन समझाने की जरूरत है, ठीक है? When we are with us, we add them, but when we are with others, it multiplies. Now 330 people talking about the same thing. अभी आप लोग network करेंगे एक दूसरे से, आप बात करेंगे एक दूसरे से. Do you know how big an opportunity that is for you to be able to see that the 4 plus 4 plus 4 that we learned that if I start interacting with 4 into 4 into 4 in this manner, because 4 4s are 16 and 16 16s are what? Keep calculating, I'm bad at maths. Okay. So this is what we are going to do now, because when we have figured ourselves out, now we take our best selves out and expand ourselves to expand our networks. That's what we're trying to do. When Karen was speaking earlier, you're talking about, Karen, about creating this platform where women in engineering can actually come forward and show to the world what they're capable of, right? And this is the opportunity that we're going to create by first understanding who we are. What is my strength? What is my power? Where does my power really lie? Otherwise, we're all 2 eyes, 1 mouth, 1 nose, 2 ears, 2 feet. Each one of us is either ugly or a beauty queen, you know. We don't see we see the extremes, otherwise we cry. No? But once we do this, this is available to all of us in equal measure. किसी के पास कम और ज़्यादा नहीं है, सबके पास उतना ही है. तुम बिन और रावण याद रखना, 150 करोड़ बर्बाद करने वाले के लिए टैलेंट चाहिए बहुत बड़ा. You know, I tell those people, I said, you have to have some serious capacity to ruin 150 crores. That also needs talent, huh? सबके बस की नहीं. So now this was my day 1 session. We're going to play a quick game now. Our theme is reach out and reach up. And I'm going to get you through that thinking that we've just done. So we're going to practice quickly what it is. So if I were to ask you that from the context of expanding yourself and your network, if R would stand for what for you people? R as a word. Oh, I'll go here. Okay, R. Think, quick. Huh? Resources, okay. From the context, let's keep the context in mind. From the context of expanding your networks. Now you're now going out with 4 plus 4 plus 4 to do 4 into 4 into 4. Okay, so now think of others also. So what does R stand for you? Right, okay. What else? All right. Louder, louder, I can't hear you here. Sorry? Right action, yes. What else? थोड़ा जोर से, मुझे सुनाई नहीं दिया. Recognize, okay. Let's move to E. Expand, okay. Educate. Engage, okay. Excel. Express. Sorry? Evaluate, okay. Sorry? Excite, yes, excite. Efficacy, right. Okay, let's move to A. अच्छा, मुझे एक्सेस सुनाई दिया, अटेंशन सुनाई दिया, और बोलिए. एक्सेप्ट, एक्शन, अचीव, सॉरी, एबिलिटी, और एडिशन. ओके, सॉरी, एक्नॉलेज, ओके, दैट्स अ गुड वन. Okay, let's go to C. Curiosity, chance. ये तो मेरे words हैं, अपने बताओ. हाँ, circumstance, choice ये मेरा है, इसको नहीं बोलना है. Sorry, connect, okay. Sorry, create. Okay, contribute. Let's move to H. Help, okay. Host, okay. Hedge, ये मेरा है, मेरे वाले नहीं बताओ, मुझे आते हैं. हाँ, और Hype, hold. You know what we just did? Now, if I created the context of expanding your network here, you know, you've created your personal strategy over here. Yeah. We need a yay here because you've created a personal strategy over here that if we, in the context of network you were to go out and figure what it means, it could mean resources, relationships, respect, right action, recognition, expansion, educate, engage, excel and express yourself, evaluate, get excited, becomes efficacious, access information or access people, get the attention, accept what's going on, take good action, achieve your goals, have the ability to do what you need to do from 4+4, add something to what you're doing, acknowledge what other people are doing. Then we have the curiosity to know what's going on across in the world. We are taking chances. We are now looking at our circumstances as a resource so we can create chances out there. We have choices with us and we are now going to be using our choices and connect with more and more people and connect with our inner selves to put the best foot forward. And then we have a space for creating something over here, whether ourselves or with other people. अपनी handwriting ही समझ में नहीं आ रही है, sorry. Okay, उसके बाद में we can also look at helping others or helping ourselves and hosting things, creating head strategies or making a head space for us so that we do not get harmed by things. Understand what hype means and hold on to the best selves that we are. Right? You guys did it.